spot the issue, everyone. The beam above my head is cracking on in ways that we don't want it to crack on. So, over the course of a weekend, we came in on the Monday morning and we noticed that a small hairline crack had developed into a more serious, substantial crack. And what I did originally, just to sort of support it, is I added this acro prop. And then the room below me is actually the dining room that we're currently plastering at the moment. So I also added another acro prop to support that, because this is now pushing on the beam downstairs, just for a little bit of assurances. We don't want it to go anywhere. So this crack, we need to sort it out. And over the last, let's say, 5 to 6 months, I've been figuring out a really good method, and I've been studying what other renovators do. And in fact, there are certain areas in the convent where repairs have been made to beams that have cracked. So today, we need to sort this out. So let's crack on. That's a big rock. So what I'm currently trying to achieve is just remove the dirt and the stones from above the beam in these two sections, so I can then examine the top. Okay. There's a lot of dirt up here. That's a big rock again. We're now on to stage 2. So what I've got is this auger bit, which is designed for wood. It's basically brand new, it's very sharp. This is 18 millimeters. And what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to drill up through this huge chunk of beam here, through up into the top piece where it's separated. And what we're going to do is use 18 millimeter threaded rod. We're going to put 2 big nuts on the top with 2 big washers, and then below we're going to start screwing it up. And this will essentially just reattach it together. This isn't how it's going to stay held together. This is just a preliminary method before we attach pieces of steel to either side of it to really support it. And this is just a method that I'm copying, because in the same room over there, I'll show you in a bit, there is, they've done a similar thing. So yeah, I've got this big boy drill. Make sure we're going up nice and straight as well. Okay, and we don't want it to be where it's too weak either. So somewhere about here. We're going to put 2 of these in, by the way. I'm not going to put 1 in. 1 definitely won't be enough. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And we are going to reach the top bit, so let's go for it, nice and slow. Oh, hammer is on. We don't want a hammer. We just want the drilly bit. The bottom one, there we go. This looks harder than it actually is. We're through. It's going to be very hot up there, so let's not touch it. Beautiful. So we're on to stage 3 now. This is 18mm steel rod that's been galvanized. So this is going to go all the way up so it's an exact fit. And this will go all the way up, and then I've got these big washers, and I'm going to put 2 nuts on. We're going to tighten up the first bit on top, and then underneath we're going to come down and put a big washer here and start tightening up the first bolt. So okay, we're definitely up there now. Yep, that's perfect. So what we want to do, I'm going to put 2 washers just for the sake of it. Okay, that's 1, 2, and let's put on this first nut. There's the first one. Let's put a second nut. So like I said, there's going to be 2 of these big threaded rods. So there's going to be another one back here where the oak is even more substantial. And what we'll do, we'll progressively tighten them up together. And what that should do is take the strain off this acro prop, but also the beam downstairs. And then what we'll do is, at a later stage, we'll get the steel like I mentioned, because it has to probably be laser cut. Or I could make it by hand if I can find the right size. Like a 5 or 8 mil, maybe 7, 5 would be fine. Big plate of steel with holes, and then we'll put loads of holes in through the side of the beam, and it will sandwich it together from both sides. There's actually no way that these threads being tightened will lift the beam back up. There's absolutely no way. Unless it was jacked up, but I think because there's so much weight upstairs, like the internal walls, there's not a lot of weight in the floor, because it's just a timber floor upstairs, that you wouldn't be able to push it back up unless you had some really sort of hefty 10-ton hoist jack or something, like a lorry jack. And then I don't want to push too much weight downstairs as well, because you know they're old beams. Okay, so that's what I thought was happening. So what I've done is, everyone, I've done the second hole and put this threaded rod inside, started tightening it right up, and then this one then became loose. So they're sort of working in unison to bring the beam back closer together. We're definitely not going to get it perfect, but if we can just sort of keep tightening that one up, and then that one up, and then that one up, and then so forth, until the beam is then sort of self-supporting. And then what we'll do tomorrow, I'll make a secondary bracket with 2 more pieces of threaded rod, and then there'll be a plate of thick steel on top with 2 holes, and then underneath, and we can keep tightening that up as well. And maybe by using a car jack underneath, we can bring it back up and yeah, just get it self-supporting. I think it's going to work. This is very interesting. That one a little bit. Okay, and then this one a bit more. Okay, yes. Yeah, that one's become looser again. Okay, so that's brilliant. I don't want to stress it too much today by sort of trying to push it back. But what we'll do tomorrow, we'll get the car jack, like I said, and we'll just give it a little bit of pressure with the secondary bracket I was talking about, because between this beam, there's going to be basically a bedroom with like a small lounge, and there'll be a wall here below this beam, and then there'll be an ensuite bathroom. So I can hide and box this beam off. So whatever we do to it, or hide it. I don't want to make it look too Frankenstein, but we do need to, you know, get it sort of self-supporting and fixed again. So what I'm planning to do is get this done tomorrow, so then we can remove all of these acro props, and then downstairs in the dining room that we're currently plastering, I want to put the chandelier up. So I've just got to clean off some of the beams. We'll put the chandelier up because it's currently in the way in the kitchen, and then we can just put a sheet over it, and then, or a plastic sheet, and at least it's out the way, it's where it's meant to be, and we'll sort of get a feel for the room. So that's brilliant. Really happy about that. Yeah, it's always good when a plan comes together. So thank you everyone for watching this video today, and I'll see you all tomorrow.